Hello. Hello. Sir. Hello. Sir. Hello, ma. Am I audible? Mehboob, can you please tell me, am I audible? Hello. Yeah. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, madam. I can see.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
So,
ma'am.
in today's class, we are going to talk about block module 2 or a block 2, where we are going to talk about performance analysis, employee productivity, and performance audit. These are the three topics for today's discussion. Let's start with performance analysis. Okay, what is it? It's a presupposes trust-oriented review discussion. So, it is a discussion between two parties involved or people involved, where to analyze the uh, efficiency or work, what is done, what kind of performance is achieved, is it up to the mark or not. All these will be discussed between the supervisor and the manager. So it is a process of identifying various factors that contribute or hamper performance of the employees. Okay, this is one of the key elements of performance appraisal, and it's a technique to study or comparing the performance of specific situation in contrast to the aim and yet executed. It helps to review an employee's contribution towards a particular project or particular assignment. Sorry. It recognizing the competencies required to execute a particular task effectively. Uh, this is going to be a great help to understand what employees are supposed to achieve. That can be done by using analysis, evaluating them to into their abilities, into their motivations, organizational support factors. So, an effective performance analysis is the foundation for appraisal rating, performance review discussions, identification of development needs, formulating action plans, ensuring performance improvements. Okay, so we can calculate the performance by using a small, simple formula which was proposed by Mr. Dr. T.V. Roff. Uh, it is the ability of an each and every individual is multiplied by individual performance ability multiplied by his interest and motivation to perform a particular job and the support he gets from the organization while doing his job. It is also moderated by chance or environmental factors, which can be either positive or negative. So, performance analysis deals with analyzing or examining different factors contributing to the performance positively or negatively during a given period of time. This is in order to manage them to augment performance in the ensuring period. Performance analysis is a crucial element of performance appraisal, as we already mentioned. The performance rating to the appraisal should be given only after a systematic analysis of the performance. Otherwise, the performance rating cannot be justified. Let us look into a definition uh, which is given by Dr. T.V. Rao. Performance analysis deals with analyzing or examining different factors contributing to the performance positively or negatively during a given period of time. This is in order to manage them to augment performance in the ensuring period or a specific time period. So, performance analysis is crucial element of performance appraisal. The performance rating to the appraisee should be given only after a systematic analysis of the performance. Otherwise, the performance rating cannot be justified. Let us look into the objectives. The objectives of performance analysis is to determine facilitating factors. What are the facilitating factors of an individual knowledge on indicators of performance? Ability to adjust performance frequency, clarity of policy of performance appraisal, support from superiors or the boss, training on performance enhancement. The second objective is to identify hindering factors. What are the hindering factors for achieving performance objectives? Poor understanding of communication, low rewards. If rewards are not up to the mark, employees get demotivated and they becomes a hindrance to give a proper analysis. Unhealthy non-monetary incentives, lack of clarity in the guidelines, frequent changes in the performance indicators. So, these are the hindering factors to identify performance analysis. To understand controllable factors, factors under the control of appraiser, and the organization. It is important to understand these factors. That includes frequent training to development ability to communicate, develop interpersonal understanding on various performance indicators is within the control of the organization. And developmenting interpersonal skills to deal with the subordinates is in the control of appraiser. Changes in the performance indicators result in the change of production technology is outside the control of the appraising. So there are some factors which are under the control of the organization, which are not under the control of the organization. Okay, and also to determine developmental needs, how it will be done. The superior performance is possible only when we understand and determine and addressing the development needs of both appraiser and appraisee. Here we need to look into additional knowledge and skill to be acquired to uh, perform the uh, to achieve the objectives with a better performance. Developing a positive attitude, determining productivity goals. Another aspect is to gain interpersonal understanding. A better insights of the appraisee, his role requirements, the situation in which he is working, communicating the expectations, all this will help to have a better understanding and to gain interpersonal understanding. Okay. Uh, of course, all these will maximize the efforts to perform better. Let us look into facilitating factors to enhance the performance. There are some personal factors which will enhance or facilitate higher performance, which includes individual related and related personal factors like knowledge of a person, experience of a person, the nature of hard work, what kind of hard work the person is doing, what kind of skill levels they have, the behavior of a person. All these are under personal factors which will facilitate to enhance the performance. Okay. Then what are the appraiser factors? From appraiser side or reporting officer or a supervisor side, quick decision making, good communication, good coordination, sound guidance, easy accessibility, supporting the subordinates. These are the factors which will facilitate for a better performance. What are the appraisal factors? Appraisal factors. Appraisal factors includes cooperation, punctuality, high competition, quick understanding, organized, being organized, positive attitude, communicating ability. These are the factors from appraisal side. Okay. For example, if you take Japanese, they are very, very punctual. That will help them to deliver a better, enhanced performance. What are the factors influencing better performance, enhanced performance from organization point of view? Um, are good work culture, good environment, healthy policies of the employee policies, healthy HR policies, healthy processes, cultural impact will be there. Open climate, all these will influence the performance of the employees. From organizational side, these factors has to be taken into consideration. There are some factors like which are from external environment, like for example, government policies, changes in the government policies, okay, and also boom phase in the economy. All these are going to impact uh, uh, the performance of the employees. Okay. What are the inhibiting factors in enhancing performance? Again, personal factors will come into picture, way of thinking, levels of intelligence, personal problems, poor competency levels, problem of communication, listening, understanding ability, emotional stability, personal uh, habits. All these are the personal factors which inhibit the performance of the employee. And from appraiser side, or the supervisor side, ambiguous goals, lack of proper guidance, no accessibility are the factors which will inhibit the higher levels of performance. From appraisal side, poor comprehension, too much of dependency on higher ups or the superiors, absenteeism, lack of support, poor compatibility, poor decision making ability, lack of integrity are the factors which will inhibit the performance of the employees to deliver a higher levels of performance. From organization point of view, change in top management, management, rigid processes, bureaucratic policies, inadequate communication and control systems, poor incentive system are the factors which will hinder performance of the employees. External factors, highly volatile external environment of business leaves uncertainty in the organization. If economy changes suddenly, okay, inflation or deflation, all these factors are influencing. These are external factors which hinder the performance. Political climate, unfavorable government policies also influence the levels of performance of the employees. Let us look into the need or benefits of performance analysis. What are the benefits one organization can gain by implementing performance analysis? This will help in understanding the achievements of the appraisee, his values, and what are the factors influencing for achievement of better performance, or the factors uh, affecting failure of the employees, and also provides motivation to subordinates, self-evaluation, and rectify defects to understand the difficulties experienced by the appraisee, and also helps superiors uh, working in eliminating or mitigating such difficulties to make appraisee work better, helping them to work deliver better, helping in counseling and identifying developmental needs, helps in planning action for improving the performance, to identify objectives and process required to achieve planned performance, and also helps in effective designing and development of talent management initiatives. So PA identifies gaps in required competencies. This help them to look for the gaps and fill those gaps by subjecting the employees for competency development. Okay. So it provides opportunity to analyze performance of employees, teams, individuals, teams as well, organization. So how to do these review discussions, performance review discussions? These are very important, crucial part. It's a kind of group or individual performance counseling. Okay. So here two parties are involved, appraiser and appraisee. Okay. So performance counseling can be defined as the help provided by the managers or the superiors to his subordinates in analyzing their performance and other job behaviors in order to increase their job efficiencies. What is the objective of doing these discussions, review discussions? It will help them to help appraisee to actually utilize his potential to the maximum extent, understand the work culture in a better way, the culture or the environment in a better way. This will facilitate and what are the hindering factors, and they can work on those hindering factors to deliver a better performance. It also helps in increasing appraisee personal and interpersonal effectiveness. So, giving by giving feedback about the performance, about the behavior, help in analyzing individuals, uh, individuals' interpersonal competencies. Not only that, sharing perceptions, what to do, when to do, how to do, all these aspects can be shared between the two parties involved, appraiser and appraisee. Okay. Uh, but here the plan has to be made to achieve all these things, and also to set goals for further improvement, to take up recurring and persistent problems, explore the ways to identify, to address these problems, find the solution, and give a better performance. This is also helps in creating empathetic atmosphere among the uh, employees, among the peers. So they'll share, discuss the major concerns, problems, tensions, and come up with a better solution to address these challenges. To develop various action plans to deal with these problems. Okay. To review appraisee progress in achieving various objectives. Any other concerns also we can shared to improve the effectiveness, efficiency of the performance during these discussions. Okay. What is the process? There is a four-step process which has to be followed. One step is preparation. Second is step is rapport development, and one step is develop exploration is the third step, and the fourth step is action. Let's look into each one of these steps. Preparation. There should be a proper preparation for these discussions to take place right place has to be chosen. Uh, right environment should be created. Okay, physical environment should be private and refreshing, ensuring confidentiality and all is essential. Then, from appraiser point of view, we need to discuss, understand. Say, for example, they need to prepare and serve a notice indicating the date and time of the and venue of the performance review discussion. Also, first thing is giving a sandwich feedback is the appropriate way to this. Listening to the achievements and hindrance that must be addressed. All this has to be taken care. From a pricey point of view, if you listening is very essential, listening will contribute for a better performance. Um, then rapport development. So you can straight away start with the discussion about performance of an employee. It is all about building a rapport, knowing the person in person, or at least making a clear and amicable environment where the both can express their views openly with the trust and confidence. Here, nonverbal communication also plays a very key role that also to be taken care of. Okay. Then exploration stage. Okay. Here, actual problem identification takes place. Um, and there should be a mutual agreeable or mutual course of action what has to be done to enhance the performance will be discussed. So this can be done by slowly asking questions, ensuring their understanding levels, uh, eliciting options rather than declaring this has to be done, this has not to be done, maintaining empathy, provide constructive criticism, assure fair and impartial judgment, keep away personal bias and distortions. All this will help this review more effective. So finally, fourth stage, action. Planning for performance improvement. Appraising on the all important points to be discussed. Action plans has to be clearly delivered or discussed and agreed upon. Okay. These are the four stages where uh, performance review discussion can be done effectively. Okay. What are the conditions required for this effective performance review? So, general climate of openness and maturity. Both the parties has to work openly, and the levels of understanding should be higher and should take and respond or discuss at a higher levels of maturity, and trust should be there. Okay. Empathetic and helpful attitude of the management. Without the support of management, no employee can deliver a effective performance. That has to be recognized and implemented. Understanding participation by the sorry unrestrained participation by the subordinates, making fail make them feel free enough to participate without any inhibitions in the process of all these discussions. The communication process shouldn't be one way, it is should be a two-way communication between appraiser and appraisee. And we should remember that it is a dynamic process which requires free participation, free expression of opinions that will help them to deliver effective review. Okay. Then dialectic association in goal setting and performance review. Okay. Just participation by both parties, his reporting officer are sorry, required by both the parties. So here the participation should be mutual and joint participation, then it makes more effective. Focusing on work-oriented behavior, uh, then avoidance of discussion of salaries and other rewards. Here, monetary aspect shouldn't be brought for discussion. That is an strict big no. Follow up through information exchange. So once discussion is over, the follow up or a continuous monitoring is essential to make sure the things are worked out or planned the way they discussed. It is very, very essential. Okay. Now let us look into employee productivity. So here we are going to, this is the next topic which we are going to discuss now. Um, we all know that productivity, all starts with the factors of production, land, labor, uh, capital, all these things, machine, man, machine. Um, why it is so important? What is the meaning of employee productivity? Productivity is the output related to the inputs per person or system with reference to a point of time. Okay. And also it is the ratio between a measure of output and a measure of input, right? It can be done by two ways. Output can be increased without varying the input, or input can be decreased without varying the output, thereby decreasing the cost of resources. So there is a formula to calculate the productivity, simple formula. Quantity of goods and services produced divided by resources utilized. An increase in productivity ratio means a rise in productivity. A decline in the ratio reflects a decrease in the productivity. Why it is so important? So measuring of efficiency is will help the employees to uh, improve their productivity. So it's a wonderful tool on which can be useful to check and evaluate the performance of the each and every one, like employees, equipment, teams, departments, divisions, organization, as a whole, as an organization, of course, as an industry, and as a national economy. Okay, it helps in making comparison of effectiveness at work. It enables comparative effectiveness of employees, teams, and departments at our work. And this is uh, this is a facility. This facilitates identification of areas of problem, areas of challenge, and initiate remedial measures to address those problems. Okay, and this will help the organization to gain competitive advantage over the competitors or within the market. When the performance improves through productivity measures, a chain of positive culture, positive environment will be created. Okay, all the events go positive. The quantity of and quality of output will increase. Demand for the products will increase in the market. Okay, market share will increase. The sales will increase. All these increase makes better share market share, and company emerges as one of the uh, best company or a pioneer in that domain, or it makes us make them as a leaders in the particular business. Okay, it is also useful for comparing the performance of the organization with competitors. Okay? And it can set as a it can be used to set benchmark in the industry. So these are the some of the uh, mm, it's very important to have all this. Some of the areas where organizations get benefited with the improve understanding the productivity of the employees. Now let us look into the factors affecting the productivity. What are the major factors? Remuneration, wages, financial incentives, job security, health and safety, okay, and the teams and teamwork, reward system, training and development, employee development, workplace culture. All these are the factors which will enhance uh, the productivity. Okay, so um, measures has to be taken to address all these things. Okay, for example, reducing rate of injuries and sickness, in terms of safety and health measures. This leads to less absenteeism, less labor turnover rate, and of course improves the quality of the work, increases productivity, improving the service quality. All these are the benefits which can be gained by taking care of health and safety aspects of the employees. Okay. So these are the some of the factors affecting productivity. Let's look into ways of measuring employee productivity. There are three ways which can be used to measure the efficiency of the employees. These are very useful to determine the productivity. For example, where you need to calculate output per hour per man hours is one of the method. Here, employee productivity can be calculated by dividing output with man hours used, labor hours per unit method, unit output method, where productivity can be calculated by total man hours used by output, and added value per unit of labor cost. This by using this method, employee productivity can be calculated by dividing value added for the product to total wages. What are the advantages of measuring employee productivity? Many advantages are there. Let's look into a few. Improve work efficiency, reduce production cost, benchmark production process, assessment of living standards. All these are some advantages of measuring productivity. Okay, what are the challenges we face, HR department will face while doing this productivity measurement? What are the issues related to the this? Okay, usually the measurement is done in physical units or like numbers or liters or meters, etc. And probably here we can look into the monetary terms like price, profit, and cost. Okay. And again, it depends upon the requirements of the organization. It varies from industry to industry. And sometimes output can be easily measured, but in other case of it becomes very difficult. In other cases it will be very difficult. So here two aspects are taken into consideration: quantitative dimensions and qualitative dimensions. So out of these two, which one is easy? And quantitative measurement or quantitative dimension is very easy to measure compared to qualitative. Okay. And of course, these measures will change from time to time. So let's see qualitative aspects of the product is such as quality, magnitude, intensity of the labor effects cannot be measured. It is very difficult to measure. Only approximate estimates can be made. In case of development of new designs, models, pioneering products, productivity measurement is a big challenge. Okay. And of course, it takes a lot of resources, time consuming. It is very critical. When different individuals, teams, and systems of management are involved, measuring the efficiency of individuals as well, teams and systems of management is another challenge. Okay. Productivity for multi products which are used multiple inputs is very challenging. Okay. And when it comes to service sector, again, measuring productivity in service sector is a big challenge. Okay. And we can take few measures like number of customers contacted or number of new customers added and complaints addressed. These are the some of the factors can be taken into consideration while measuring the productivity in service sector. Okay. And as on time passes, from time to time, these measures will change. How to improve the productivity? Okay. improvement cannot be done in a day or two. It's a continuous process. It cannot be done suddenly, instantaneously, it cannot be done. It involves everybody associated in the organization, employees, teams, departments, business unit, organization, at all levels, micro level as well as macro level, organizational level. So there are 6 steps in the process, which is first step involves setting uh, or deciding on mission of the organization, setting up goals and performance standards, and making sure that employees are motivated to achieve these goals and objectives, identifying the strengths and weaknesses of the organization and individuals, and addressing the weaknesses and ensuring strengths are improved better, and filling the gaps by giving training and having a proper training developmental plans for the employees, performance appraisal, and uh, this requires clear indication of productivity. Okay. Of course, again, they differ from organization to organization. Okay. So, what kind of measures and can be taken to improve individual productivity? So, measuring is very crucial and it requires clear indications of productivity. So, here are some of the indicators to increase or improve the productivity. Value of value of annual sales, a number of new customers added, number of customers per employee, retention rate, retention of the customers. All this will help to indicate to increase or improve the productivity. And to decrease or check cost of the production, percentage of wastage, absenteeism of staff, customer complaints, all these will help to decrease and or check this to be decreased or to be checked. So, what is the criteria? Objectivity, availability, comparability, quality, and controllability. Okay. Now, using employee productivity for setting incentives. Okay. Using employee productivity for setting incentives. According to uh, Karuth, Middlebrook, and Frank, the general purpose of incentive scheme is to increase productivity in the organization by relating compensation to the output. An employee is attempting to induce works to turn out a great value of work, thereby lowering the cost of producing a single unit output. Okay. What are the guidelines? Best communication, relationship, having an excellent relationship, uniqueness, equity, team productivity, change, personalization, personal development. These are the guidelines to be followed while designing incentives. Okay. Now, let us look into individual and organizational productivity, how to link these processes. So, it is always evident that the relationship between individual productivity and the productivity of the organization becomes very unclear due to complexity of environment. Okay. So, aligning individual goals, individual productivity, and goal alignment. Okay. So, first, productivity should be defined clearly and direct behavior, and then monitor performance and provide feedback. Giving a feedback is one of the important aspect. Diagnosis of problem, facilitate planning and control, support incentives. Okay. Now, this is the model for productivity. Okay. Goal measurement, behavioral model. It is there in your material. You can have a look and understand it very easily. There is one small topic which is called performance audit, which covers in block 3. Auditing. It includes auditing. There are three objectives: improving efficiency, effectiveness, and economy. Okay, these are the three aspects of performance auditing. It can be done at micro level as well macro level. Okay, now why it is so important? Why auditing is important? It will enhance the efficiency of the organization by auditing existing processes and enhancing or developing new processes. Okay, so that is the reason it is very essential, right? And uh, what is the process of auditing? It is not a simple activity. It is a continuous process, time oriented. It is not time oriented. It takes time, lot of time. Okay. It is undertaken at every stage, every day. It is conducted intentionally with to help the employees diagnose for audit. It can be done with the help of external bodies. Okay. So there are 6 steps in the process: development of assessment criteria, the choice of audit objectives, preparation of schedule, the choice of audit tasks, preparatory work, preparation, performance audit, perform planning. Okay. Then there are two different types of audits which can be conducted: financial audits, compliance audit, performance audit. Okay. Mm, okay. There are many types of audits included other than these three: efficiency audit, program effectiveness audit, performance management capacity audit, performance information audit, a risk assessment audit, you name it. There are n number of audits can be conducted to identify the performance of the organizations as well implement individuals. So reporting, how to conduct the report, how to present the report of an audit. Okay, audit report should have these uh, uh, aspects. Okay, criteria, competencies, accuracy, it should be accurate, and objectivity, convincing. These are the key aspects taken into consideration. It should be very clear, consciousness, balance, consistency, constructive, and timelines should be given while giving a report. So the structure includes title, headlines, recommendations, introduction, scope of the audit. All these key aspects should be mentioned while preparing the audit report. Okay, so audit objective should be very clear, and criteria of audit conducting also should be mentioned. That is, methodology should be also very clear. Okay, what are the findings of this audit should be very clearly mentioned on the report. Conclusions, recommendations also should be mentioned. Lessons learned from and sensitivity to error signals should be acknowledged. Acknowledgement should be given at the end of the report. Graphs, designs, charts, pictures, photos, all these should be included. Glossary of the terms should be given at the back of the uh, report along with the references or bibliography. So this is all with about audit report. With this, we have done with module 2 or a block 2. In the next class, will look into block 3. Hope you are able to follow. Can I stop sharing the presentation? Can I stop sharing the presentation, please? Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow in the next class.